I got out of a consultation and I am recording this video. It's the entire conversation is dominant on my mind, so I thought I should record. Usually, that's what I do on a daily basis. I show up on this channel every day and we talk about success, we talk about growth. And this call today was with a subscriber of this channel, somebody who has been to my seminars and workshops. He said, Srini, the discussion came up, would you continue to do these videos that you do now? I said, yes, I think so. I've been, on top of them. At least time, I've been blessed. Time has been on my favor that I show up here and record these videos. Then he said, please don't stop it because I watch these videos to get motivated. Okay. And I said, if you're dependent on videos, whether my videos or somebody else's videos, just to seek motivation, I think it's the wrong thing. It's not right. And the call concluded eventually me convincing him that momentum is more important than motivation. So some of the points I was driving in the conversation is what I want to document on this video. Hopefully it's going to be helpful. If you are a subscriber to this channel and you subscribe to this because you feel motivated, I don't think it's worth it. What is necessary, and I create these videos not to motivate people. I create these videos to keep uh, the motivation going and turn that motivation into momentum very, very quickly. So that means I'm expecting that you go and take action, that you make yourself accountable, that you set goals for yourself, that you set deadlines for yourself, then make yourself accountable or make somebody else accountable to your expectations, and then show up in front of them and tell them, listen, this is what I've done, this is what I'm going to be doing, and this is how my life is going. When those things happen, that's when you know that you are in the flow. Then that's when you know that you have the momentum in your favor. If not, if this is all about simply about motivation, then motivation is temporary. Okay. um, you know uh, Motivation, I don't even know, I've created so many videos on this. I really do not know where to start and how to start. But here is what I know, and I think I'm going to um, motivation is fleeting. um, if you it can create that hype, it can create that it can create that initial spark that you are seeking, but it cannot compound success. Momentum compounds success. You wake up in the morning, you have to work out, and you choose not to work out. You are trying to set up a call with someone, and that call never happens. You keep on delaying it. Maybe you have a product, maybe you have a deliverable that you are not delivering. Um, Whatever it is, something that you have been procrastinating, something that you have been delaying, it compounds. Okay. Once it's lost, everything thereafter becomes heavy. Just a few days ago, I talked about this, similar thing, something similar to this on this channel. It's very interesting that the more people I talk to, the more these kind of discussions come up and are coming up. Um, so, if I have to compare motivation with momentum, motivation is like emotional energy. So it's a fuel. It's like the gas in the car. It runs out, it burns out, and then again you have to refill it. Again you have to restart it and all that stuff. On the other hand, momentum is more like mechanical. It's like a machine. It's like once you start getting the speed and the flow. Once you get into the flow, it's like a fifth gear of the car. That once you get to the fifth gear or third gear, whatever it is, the topmost gear in the car, and you're now it just so the engine is moving, like flawlessly. There is no stress on the engine. There is no, and even the drive at that point becomes very easy because the car has now found its momentum. Um, uh, why momentum breaks? This is a question that has come up numerous times. In my opinion, couple of reasons. The first and the foremost is small little stalls that happen. We call them tiny stalls. We're doing everything right, but occasionally we choose to procrastinate. Occasionally we choose to say, okay, fine, I'll do this later, or I'm tired, or I'm exhausted. Something we make a choice, some decision that's not in favor of the action, and that's the opposite to the action. That's when we see a stall. We also stall because we want to be perfect. We want to bring in the perfect thing, whatever it is. In fact, I could have thought about this video a little bit more. I would have prepared a few notes, kind of gone through a couple of rehearsals, done a couple of takes, and then published this video. Would have been awesome. I wouldn't be slowing down in my thoughts. I wouldn't be saying words, filler words, and all that. The video would have been incredible. I should have processed this video through an AI software, so it would have removed all the ahs and all the ums. Maybe through a color grading software, even though I do a little bit of color grading because sometimes I record in the night or with low light. This video would have looked better and pleasant to the eye, but it stalls. I'm not productive at that point. Sometimes we wait for the right time to do things. Oh, next year I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Yeah, you're hoping that next year is going to be great. These are the stalls. And then we also have what is called external shocks also, that also stops momentum. For example, some setback happens. Everything was going fine, something happened. My son just had everything was going fine for him. He just was on the basketball court, hurt himself, and next thing you know that he had to be operated on his ACL and also the meniscus. So for a young kid in high school, it's hard to go through the surgery and kind of recover from that and all that. Setback. Okay. Sometimes there are distractions. You're on doing something and something else comes. And it shows as if it's the most important thing you should be doing, because that has a better payoff and has a better return on whatever investment or whatnot. So you get distracted by that. And then sometimes life events happen. Sometimes things, sometimes, we don't have control on things. So the tiny stalls and the external shocks, they all compound and they widen the gap between where you want to be and where you are. And then next thing you know, that the inaction is compounding. And even though you may say, okay, fine, I'll take a break, I'll come back into this, I'll redo this, whatever it is. But then that's not what the intention was to begin with, right? You started out, you had some goals, right? But the problem is, the longer you stay in this gap where these things you have been separated from what your true goal is, because all these setbacks have happened, or all these inactions have happened, whether you choose to do them or the situation or life circumstances did choose for you. We don't know, but the gap hurts. Okay, why? Because beyond this gap you have to restart, and restart is costly. Okay, more energy is needed to restart something, less energy to sustain. This is a car going at the topmost gear at 60 miles an hour, whatever. It's easy to sustain, the energy is very less. But transitioning from the first gear to the fourth gear, that the amount of what you call the the revolutions per minute or whatever, the tires move very fast, the engine moves very fast. There's a lot of stress on the engine and the overall structure of the car to get to that level. But once it's there, it's so easy to sustain that. So more energy to start, less energy to sustain, right? And there's also psychological weight that increases. Guilt, self-doubt, all these things kick in. And then next thing you know, that the longer you stay in the gap, it hurts, because which started as a small break, now it has compounded into a big stall, not a tiny stall anymore, like a big stall. Okay. So how do we break this? What can be done so that you don't stay in this space for a long amount of time? I talked about this. I think a few days ago I was talking about discipline versus momentum, and I said you got to shrink the restart. Okay. So whatever you do, let's say you go to the gym for 30 minutes or 60 minutes, not able to do it, just do it for 5 minutes. So that you're shrinking, you're doing restarting, but you're still shrinking the timeline. You're not spending 60 minutes, because if you do, then you'll get demotivated. You have distractions going on, you can't stay there and all that. But you started, and that's the most important part. And you have to recreate the rhythm. The rhythm is an important part. And that rhythm comes when you set some time. You deliberately set some time that you do not want to, or you cannot negotiate at all, and work during the time. You work towards, you take actions and get to the, whatever that goal is. Sometimes you have to re-engineer the environment, or sometimes borrow momentum when you don't have from somebody else. This is where the coaches, the mentors, the trainers, all those people come in. And as you are doing all these things, you got to start tracking progress, because visible progress, or visible data, or visible proof reduces friction. The idea is to remove the friction and get going with whatever you're trying to do. Motivation, as I said at the beginning of this video, is a spark. Momentum is the engine, right? So what you should be doing is, you don't want to be going after the hype. Instead, your job is to keep the wheels moving. If the wheels stall, then you need energy to restart the wheels. The engine has to keep running, the wheels have to keep on moving. So easier and less energy spent as that happens, rather than getting into the position where everything has stopped and you restart everything again. Okay. Momentum is like currency. They're like cash. Okay. I think it's bigger than discipline, it's bigger than willpower, and it's obviously, this whole video was, it's bigger than motivation. As much as I'm telling this individual who I'll be sending this video, I'm also telling you that of course, you should always come back, and life happens, so we always seek motivation, which is okay. But we should not be starting our day seeking motivation and then ending our day seeking motivation. It doesn't add up. So what we want to do, and this is what this video is all about, is you seek motivation for some time, but then use the spark to ignite the engine. Once the engine is ignited, you start, you just move on, and you go to your destination. Okay. If the engine breaks down, something happens on the road, whatever it is, then you reach out again. Okay. You call the motivation line. But other than that, you have to keep going and get to your destination. That's all. Okay. I'm going to stop here. Hopefully this gave you some motivation, some spark, so you can go ignite your engine. If it did, do me a favor. If you like this video, I can reach a few more people. If you make a comment here, then obviously you and I can go back and forth and chat. And if this video and other videos make sense to you on this channel, then you can always subscribe. And if you do subscribe, then I'm here in front of you every day. At least that's my current pace at which I'm going. And I think that's all. And I tell every viewer of this video, it's now like 14 minutes into this video. If you only subscribe if you found value, and you believe that this interaction, or this kind of a video, or this kind of a content is going to help you in the long run. If not, do not subscribe. As simple as that. Okay. That's all for now. Your time is precious, and that's what I'm telling you. Okay, if you subscribe, my ego goes up, but there's no point in that. Your time is precious, and I feel I'm responsible for your time, so I need to show up here and create good content, share good advice, and do good research and all that stuff. Okay, That's all for now. Wherever you are, you be safe, and I'll be with you as early as tomorrow. Bye now.